get started. Delayed start. So for those who might be watching, I'm also running for select board in my local town in Berwick, Maine. And I've never done anything like that before. And it's election day and it ended at 8 p.m. And historically, they've counted them and reported out on them the same night. So I'm also anxiously awaiting those results and figured I'd be playing some Harry Potter or Hogwarts rather and continuously check in there, probably a little obsessively, but that's okay because this night only has happened once in my life. So I'm pretty excited for it though.
Whee!
So my delay was getting everything set up on my screens, making sure I have, because they update, I think it's like every 15 seconds. But there's a few different reporting agencies that report out, and I believe the town themselves put it up first too.
Glad
so
you could
I've
make
got
it.
them all going.
Lucan's just over there. Levioso!
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
See at all. Especially with current lighting.
We'll make you regret signing up.
Okay, so break through yellow shields with control spells for yellow, like the levitation spell Levioso. Target lock, which is caps lock, will let you track enemies without using. Okay, that's a lot of tools.
Levioso! There goes my weight.
Levioso! Descendo!
I'm the one!
That's all you've got! Levioso!
You gotta go ahead and check out what the buttons are, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Perhaps one day I'll sign up for a round.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. In fact, the second duel is ready when you are. And as a fully initiated member, you now have access to the official Crossed Wands training dummy. Very good way to master spell combinations. Come and see me and I'll set it up. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Wands victory. Well fought.
All right,
Hope to see you
let's
back
see
here
what
again.
these buttons are assigned to. Somehow. No, you can do it. Oh, control, maybe. Nope. Don't have- Okay, heal is G. Okay. Okay, Protego, the protection's key. Okay, try to remember. Might be okay.
Protego!
Here we go.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Oops. This is how bad I am to use the computer.
Accio!
Excellent form.
Levioso!
Good one.
Levioso!
Accio!
That's it. I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Are you dueling with a partner?
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get to it. Ready to get thrashed? Apologies in advance.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Springer! Levioso!
Come on! Accio! Reparo! Protego! Stupefy! Reparo! Accio! Stupefy! Levioso! Lumos! Stupefy! Lumos! Oh, Protego! There goes the Reparo!
You're better than that!
Accio! Protego! Glad I didn't bet on that round.
Lucky.
Bravo!
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken
Down
notice
on
of
my
you.
phone,
But
fresh
after
and
that last
hopes
round,
some election.
they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning. Or at least surviving the next round.
I thought it'd be
I'll let you know
Harry
when we're
Potter and
ready.
election
Hope to see you
results.
then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Assignment's all finished.
Heard you're defending Hogsmeade against trolls. You know, there is such a thing as...
Might some kind soul help me?
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to accommodate...
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hackett.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor.
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement. Concentrate and keep your wand steady. Good work.
TikTok. See if I can find my channel and interact with anybody that might be on there. Say hello real quick. So if you follow me on TikTok at Together We Grow. There. Okay, what am I doing here? I want to get rid of that Reparo thing because I had incidentally hit that far too many times. I can hear myself talking, so I gotta turn that down. Yeah, let's do that. What someone would say if they actually saw a student turn around instead of going around an object like a table or a chair, they try to jump over it and then just leave nonchalantly. Curious. Just want to try it.
There you are.
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Hackett.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But, Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
Sounds like this Sebastian's a guy we need to talk to. Sneaking through the restricted section. section. I think that's been like a theme in almost every Harry Potter movie I remember watching. Always sneaking through the library.
Sebastian, there you are.
There you are. You promised me an explanation for what happened in the Three Broomsticks. Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
Seems he's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this port key.
A port key? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me. Whatever it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
You know what I love about technology? So, tell me some fun facts specific to the library in Hogwarts, in the Harry Potter world.
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Oh, no. I think I'm going to replace the Lumos with that. Because Lumos, if you look at the bottom, I have 4 spells. First one's Lumos casting light. Second one, the gold one, is like floating. I think it's float, Levioso. I can't recall what the third one's called, but it's fire. And 4 is the one that pulls. So 1 is the only one that doesn't factually interact with anything outside of giving me light, which is important if I only have access to 4 things. At least one. Sneaking through here. Probably replace the light with disillusionment.
Silent as a grave.
So anyway, what I did before that played out, I let it finish, was I just Googled that question, or not Googled, the ChatGPT did. It says the library contains thousands of magical books. So this library we're about to go to, which is in the Harry Potter universe, here in Hogwarts itself, houses thousands of books, manuscripts, and magical documents covering everything from potions and magical creatures to obscure wizarding history. Hermione basically considered it her second home. So it's pretty interesting. And what was so cool about technology, my point to that whole thing was I could just ask a question like that as I'm playing and streaming and showing everyone else what I'm doing in real time, and can look things up about the context and depth of what it is I'm experiencing and sharing with all of you. What a wild thing. Truthfully wild. Getting distracted though, and you remember that I'm very tempted to pull that page, and I hope it doesn't take me out. Hiding. Only one way to find out, and that was to do it, so I did. Another little hidden treasure lesson. Don't let perfect get in the way of better. Just try. You could have a dartboard, 2 scenarios. A dartboard with all these darts in the wall and everywhere except for the dartboard because you missed everything. Or a dartboard that has nothing and nothing around it because they're all lined up perfectly on the table still. And it looks perfect. It's not perfect. And what's really better of the two is the one where you missed everything because at least you tried.
Blast.
All right,
The
and the
librarian's
library.
still here. Quick, behind the bookcase. Damn.
You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
You distract, I get the key. Understood.
I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
Still no election results showing.
Is someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
The key. Here it is.
Bye.
Goodness gracious, what a mess!
That wasn't so difficult after all. How to find that book. Revelio.
That's exactly where I want. Usually, not pretty perceptive.
Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say.
Crap. So maybe my ignorance at first of not checking things actually would have worked better had I just stuck with my normal routine of just flying through these areas. Okay, it says I can lure them away. If
Ghost, don't let her see you.
I hit things. No. Okay. Slightly.
Should be in the clip.
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, and so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
Revelio. We've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
Called yet. But you know what stresses me out too? And again, I say this loosely because nothing really stresses me
Quietly now.
not to the levels I've experienced, not to this. This makes sense. I'm not articulating this, but for lack of better words in this moment, angst that I feel about watching this race, is knowing that I'm part of 5 total participants, me and 4 other people, and they're shaded online on the Bangor Daily News site. And you would think when you fill in a ballot question in full black and it's dark black, that would be good. And so there's 2 seats available. Sorry, I didn't know where the camera was. I see where I'm looking at now. There's 2 seats available, 5 of us running. And out of 5 of us, there's 2 of us that have black dots, and I'm one of them. And so I don't know if the Bangor Daily News, that's the way they show based on the shading of the box next to the candidate, if they're leading or not, because if that's the case, it shows I'm leading. But I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. Expect the worst, hope for the best. You know what I mean? What an awesome opportunity it would be to serve my community, though, in that capacity, and where that may take me. Us, together, truthfully, being able to work with one another to make something bigger and better than ourselves is really exciting. And to know that I'll be starting up my master's and finishing my master's, rather, in public administration over the next year. And knowing that my community and my belief desperately needs leadership that's going to listen, and be more inclusive. And I feel like the things that I'm happy about myself, I don't mean it in a cocky way. I truthfully don't, for anyone that knows me. But what I'm excited about is that I do care. I really truthfully do. And I'm getting involved because I believe that those involved now in specific positions are showing they don't care, and they don't listen, and they don't prioritize people. And I know what that feels like. And to know that there's a very real opportunity that I could be involved officially and be able to do everything I can to make sure no one else ever feels the way that I feel. It's incredibly awesome. I don't know how else to put it.
Who have we here? Sebastian Solo and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty. You'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't
I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
Wait, I don't want you getting into trouble for me.
I have a way with the faculty when it comes to disciplinary matters. Besides, I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search. Now, where's that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
Sorry, I'm reading. I was curious to know if, because what I had looked up, the guidance I have received so far regarding this election is that in the past,
I should use
last
repairer
year,
on this broken
Berwick
armor.
had the election on June 9th and announced the results June 9th. And it can't recall, it couldn't find anything online regarding what specific time outside of the fact that it was released the same day. And the voting ended at 8 p.m. just like this time. And so it said, expect between 9 to 11. And it's almost 11. And we got an hour left. So if it's like last year, it could be any minute. So I'm excited. Still looking. Still don't see.
I should use repairer on this broken armor.
Still nothing definite.
Reparo.
As I was saying at the beginning, though, that's a little bit of context of the situation, but I was just ChatGPTing a question regarding, like, is it normal that they get it done usually the same day? Just because they did last year, they did this year, and, like, is that reasonable? And out of curiosity, are these things, because they're elections and critically important to our process and our government and our overall democracy, my curiosity is, do they stay until they're done? And I was reading it, and it says, for a municipal election, that often means they're working well into the evening, sometimes 9 to 11 p.m. or later, if turnout is high or there are issues to reconcile. So let's hope there's not issues. But that would be amazing if the voter participation was high. I know it felt like it when I was there. It was extremely busy, which was awesome. And one thing I can say as helping someone run for governor so far in Maine and being involved with politics in general, because I've never have been before, but I'm excited to be the change you wish to see and put one foot in front of the other and try. And through all of that, the one thing I've noticed is that, you know, seeing that much participation is incredible. And I saw it. So it was cool to see that there was that many people out there today in Berwick engaging in the process. So let's hope that's the case. But either way, it says usually work late in the evening, 9 to 11 p.m. or later. What they don't usually do is stop counting at 8 p.m. Well, that wouldn't make sense because voting was done at 8 p.m., I believe. So that wouldn't happen anyway. And come back tomorrow. The counting process normally continues until they have unofficial results ready to report. Since Berwick posted same-day results last year, my expectation would be that they're likely still counting or reconciling right now. But once the clerk is satisfied the numbers are accurate, they'll release the unofficial totals. Official certification happens later. But the unofficial results are usually what everyone sees election night. If you're getting anxious waitings, it even knows. That's completely normal, especially as a first-time candidate. At this point, the election is over and the votes are cast. Whether the results come in 10 minutes or 2 hours, your work is done. Now it's in the hands of the voters. And that's incredibly true. Which one thing that brings me to want to say as well is a thank you to anybody and everybody who's involved with this process, like the clerks, the town managers, the other selectmen who are currently a part of each town, like the heartbeat of each town. It's just incredible. And like I said, being a campaign manager for a gubernatorial candidate, meaning someone running for governor, and being able to see all of those towns in that way and interact with all of those town offices and see all the work that goes behind the scenes, it's incredible. So, and especially like I was just saying moments ago, how busy it was turnout today and how incredible that is. That takes resources, that takes time, that takes attention. I saw I can't remember, I think there was just one guy standing by the ballot machines as they were taking them in. There was one that was capable of taking the state ones, and I couldn't do state because I'm a registered libertarian and you can only vote for Republican or Democrat. And so they wouldn't give me state ones because there's no libertarian member on the ballot this year. And so I just had the local municipal ones. So I was on the machine to the right, and someone went to go put the wrong one, like a town one, into the state one, which apparently would have been very bad because this guy made that very clear. He ran over fast. I mean, like darted and was like 90 miles an hour. That's obviously unrealistic, but I mean impressively fast, and stopped the person from doing it. We got some good laughs out of it. I'm glad everyone was safe, and glad that it, the wrong ballot didn't make it, go in the wrong machine. But point to my whole rant there is thank you to everyone who's involved with that, and those people who are paying attention, having to be that attentive for that long, and who are still very clearly counting and being a part of this process even still. Makes you really appreciate it. It gives you a new level of appreciation. It's not like I didn't think before that these things just happen on their own and it doesn't take any work. That's not true at all. Obviously, it's not true to anything. But to see it firsthand and in movement as it's actually working in real time, it gives you an incredible appreciation. Check one more time. back to Harry Potter.
Of course, traces of ancient magic. There must be more to this one. That's it!
I don't like these parts of the game because it essentially lets me know that there's a puzzle coming up, or multiple puzzles, and combat, which I struggle with combat anyway, but I certainly struggle with puzzles. But I also remind myself that's kind of part of the fun of the game, right? I used to be so frustrated at puzzles as a kid. And I have a brother, and he used to love puzzles. Growing up, I remember at least. And I could never, ever understand why. My mother liked it too. And I could never understand why. Not only that, sorry, I keep interrupting myself, but the other thing that just popped in my head is they liked untangling things. Who likes untangling things? These people loved puzzles, which I now am gaining an appreciation and perspective for later on in life. But that, coupled with liking to untangle things, I hate untangling things, and I'm terrible with it. And I've struggled more often than I can possibly fathom it. Or, no, I can fathom it, I just can't articulate it properly, just how much. Like with electrical cords, like extension cords, my goodness. Okay, see what I mean? Puzzle, I can't just walk across there. Oh. Saw something shiny, so I shot magic at it. When in doubt.
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Oh. What's that?
Incendio. Levioso. Accio.
Your gift of ancient magic accumulates by successfully attacking or taking damage. I wonder how I successfully take damage. Doesn't sound right. A successful 10 plus hit combos will begin generating ancient magic power-ups. Collecting these will greatly fill your ancient magic meter and recover a small amount of health. Comprehend it, but we're gonna read something else. When at least one segment of your ancient magic meter is full, you can cast devastating ancient magic attacks that deal massive damage and break shield charms. Oh, that's what those epic things were. Tap X, which makes sense because it said on the screen to do that, and I couldn't find where it was, and I'm not great with typing, so I was just like hitting everything I could until eventually it happened. And I see the magic meter now at the bottom right. Blue. Oh.
Protego. Stupefy. Levioso. Reparo. Incendio. Accio. Levioso. This must be the way forward, but to where?
Kind of always on the lookout for these things, honestly, they creep me out.
keep my wits about me.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Any other gear I can put on? Handle. No seemingly no benefit to it, but it looks cool, so why not? That has 10 more armor. Looks weird. Whatever. Who am I to judge? It's a hat. I was hoping that made me stronger. It doesn't. But I've got a lot of.
Levioso! Protego! Stupefy! Accio! Incendio! Out of health. That's terribly frightening.
It is a book after all.
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood, Professor Bakar.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad. Especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too. But we have never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
Sebastian!
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
But that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
Revelio.
Oh, I'm suddenly allowed to be in the library now? Shouldn't trust anything. Only panned out. Still no way.
Revelio.
That's Revelio, if you're curious what you're doing. And it's a spell, or whatever you call it. I don't mean that mockingly either. I don't know if that's something that came off. I meant from lack of understanding. It's a spell that you cast that reveals
Revelio.
around the immediate area. Like this. See how it's highlighted blue? Or see back there how there's yellow? Yellow means a chest, usually with money in it. Or gear. So that had gear. So the bathroom. Ooh, and the other bathroom. Not cool.
Revelio.
It's not even worth going to get the treasure if there was one. Even in a game. It ain't cool.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Can't tell. For those of you who don't know, just hopping election results, trying to see if you're available yet. My state. This is telling me.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.